So as I was rudely interrupted by YouTube, I actually have an 8:15 class 3 days a week. So I actually already have 5 absences on it because it is hard for me to get up. Um, but I lost my train of focus because of the fucking video change. Um, the freaking video change. I actually live in a dorm that is really open. It's a special interest housing, and part of it is that you have to be contracted to a section and attend all the meetings. Um, I'm contracted to sex, sexuality, and gender. And on the 16th, I'm going to be running a transgender section, just because like you had to choose the day, and I chose it because it is so close to the 20th. And I go to Rutgers, and the GSA forum over here is going to be held at Rutgers. So I'm also starting up a transgender group on campus. We put the TG in Rutgers. Um, and I want to get a booth there for information about day remembrance and get pictures and information over the past year out of the website at a booth, and hopefully I can do that with my friend um, or with my friends and the LGBT affairs head of here at Rutgers. I can't think right now. It's too late, too early. I don't know what it is for me anymore. What else? I was single. I live alone. Um, Basically, on the housing, I put transgender, and they called me up, and they're like, "So I see you put this here." I'm like, "Yeah." So we can just like screen the roommate, just make sure everything's okay. So it's not, no, no, we can just give you a single. Okay, I'm not arguing. It's messy. It's really messy. I'm trying to clean. I cleaned it up. I washed the floor. Did everything I needed to do, and now I start a new project, new section of the room because my desks are still messy and my dressers are a little unorganized, and under my bed is messy. So we pulled all that out to organize it, and I never finished. So it's back on the floor again. Um, um, I started a job, telefund. The only obnoxious part is hearing my real name yelled at me over and over again. Um, but most of them do know what's going on. All my paperwork I do right, Jaycee. Um, Even though on like paycheck it comes out as my original name. Um, Basically, what it is, it's called telefund, and it's basically telemarketing for fundraising for the school. Only not marketing, so it's not telemarketing, telefund. Um, which is awesome because I get to practice voice pretty much 4 days a week for 3 hours. I just sit on the phone and I go crazy when I get mams. I love it. Um, and I get to talk to a lot of interesting people and a lot of people who like say a lot. And sometimes I have a bad night, but there's always one call that really just makes me happy, and it makes the whole thing worth it because I've been thinking, oh, I don't like this. Maybe I should quit and get a new job. Um, but eventually things get worth it, even though it is obnoxious because there's like quota stuff like that. And, another part of what is going on, name change. I have paperwork filled out. Um, I do have my electrolysis again gave me a number for a lawyer who deals with trans issues, and I'm gonna call her to see if she can get that done for me. Just because I know I'm gonna mess it up somewhere along the way, and I don't have the money right now. Right now, my checking account only has like $144 in it. It's gonna have more in a bit because I got credit card fraud. It was a weird situation. They charged my credit card $100, something like that. When did I get it back? Um, so a name change, it's gonna be awesome. I won't have to deal with an ID card with the wrong name on it. I won't have to deal with being called the wrong name in grade books and at work, and a lot of them. And I can sign my actual name on legal documents, so it doesn't look weird when um, I'm passing and I introduce myself. Hi, I'm Jaycee, and then they give me a legal document, like at some signing up for a new ID card because I lost my ID card, um, and I signed it, my legal name, and they look at me like, what? Um, so yeah, I actually have an ID card, which is really awesome. I'm gonna start losing my ID card more often because I actually found my old ID card again, and it has a picture of me from August. That's when I took the ID picture, or before that. And I took it in like the beginning of July, and it got issued to me in August. So I lost that, and I got to get a new card with a new picture, and basically it was pretty much the 1 month. So I basically have an ID log of the changes between then and now. I'm in the new picture. I had just woken up, so I didn't look like as good as I normally do. Like I don't look good now. I know I don't look good now. I look weird. I haven't shaved. Um, but yeah, and my friend is in charge of pictures, and she's gonna be taking pictures of me like every day at some point when we're hanging out, so I can compile a picture log in the future. Um, I'm really looking forward to getting this on. I really just want the months to go by. Um, Obviously not so fast that I fail all my classes, but yeah, it's hard. Like there are people who transition like post high school, they're in their job in their 20s, or there are people who transition in high school. But it's weird. I know there are a lot of people who transition in college, and then it's weird transitioning in college. Um, and this is really, or starting transitioning in college, and this is for the teens who are watching this. I'm 17, um, but these are for the teens who are watching this still in high school who are like don't know what to do about like waiting to start. Um, find a way to start because it's weird having to deal with starting all this stuff while I'm still trying to deal with classes, and I'm not even in difficult classes yet. I don't take math this semester. The only liberal arts class I'm taking is expository writing, and that's about it. And everything else is just one lecture and then music classes, which are like beginning music classes. So the only thing I have to worry about is theory and expos, um, which means that things are going to get more obnoxious in the future. Um, so I'm looking forward to the spring where everything will just be kind of like second nature, like every few months type in-house, every other week just write a check for $75, and I don't have to worry about like, hey, I need to find you to help me start this. Come on, come on. So for like high school kids, high school trans girl and guys, trans teens, um, I can't try and do it early. Try and get it done, even if I'm not a medical. Obviously, this isn't medical advice. This is like personal transition advice. I'm not saying like take ridiculous amounts of meds, but start something. Start transition somehow. Start voice training. Start um, start buying clothing. Start socially transitioning. Trying to do something. If you can, start electrolysis. It takes a long time. Um, it's going to take me about 2 years, maybe more, because I do it like every other week instead of every week. What else? Get resources now so you don't have to try and find them later. Like I didn't do research on paperwork for name change. I should have. So now I'm doing this now. I'm figuring out how to do it now when I could just be knowing what I needed to do, have the paperwork, and then just start the process and save up money because it's really expensive. If you have a job and you're in high school and you're able to balance that and the job, do it. I mean, the most expensive thing is electrolysis, but it's different when you're getting like a surgery or you're doing meds and then electrolysis. Electrolysis is more expensive than SRS, prospectively. Um, but it's one of those things where it's just every week or every week, and you just like pay it like a bill, and you don't have to worry about a huge amount at once, um, as opposed to um, so don't worry about that as much. I mean, yeah, save up for that, but save up for things like having to pay for meds if you don't have insurance. Save up for things like name change, which is ridiculously expensive depending on where you live in the country. Um, yeah, you get the point. Just work on something. I wish I did. I wish I worked more. Um, and find people. Do not be alone. Please, whatever you do, do not be alone. There are definitely other trans people your age or in your grade or in your school. Find them, befriend them, and cuddle with them as much as possible, pretty much. Because um, no one can do it alone. Not even, like, when I say alone, I don't even mean like looking up videos like this on Facebook. Find somebody, find a friend, a personal friend, and they are there. You will find them. Because, I mean, we had a situation here at Rutgers that the entire country is now aware of, because somebody who was of the LGBT community probably didn't have the support that he needed and felt like he had nowhere to go. And it's huge news, because we actually have at Rutgers a new program about accepting diversity over 2 years called Project Stability. So I'm proud of that, and hopefully things work right. Hopefully support groups pop up. Hopefully my support, hopefully the thing I want to start works together. Or the things I want to co-start with people works together. There's usually a Pride Center in every major city. Find it. Go to youth group meetings, youth drop-ins. If you're able to find, if you live in an area that's more highly populated, you might be able to find um, a, um, a group that has a higher trans density. What else? Get personal contact. If you don't have anybody you live by, which means you probably didn't look hard enough, get in contact with somebody, even if it's like over online, and have personal conversations with them. Don't, I mean, make sure they're not creepy stalkers, but, and never give out personal information when you're talking to somebody online. Even if you feel like you're connecting them because they're trans, you're trans, they're trans, you don't know who they are. So don't give out personal information ever. But it's better to have those connections, even if it's just that, than to be sitting alone on the computer watching YouTube videos. And if you want to talk to me, I'm gonna have my Facebook name in this comment box below, and you can add me on Facebook, you can message me. Don't PM me here, I'm not on YouTube as much as possible, as often as I probably should be checking it, my account. But you can add me on Facebook, I'll put my email address down there, you can email me. I'd love to talk to you if you're in that situation. Yeah, I'm running out of time. Thank you for watching. Transition Log 1.